Good afternoon. My name is Lenda Nguyen, and I am a proud alum of Rainier Scholars Seattle Cohort 1. I am honored to be here today with you all, and what a beautiful homecoming moment this is, to not only return to the community that played a critical role in my success, but to see its growth and impact over the past 23 years. As I listen to Demario and Charlie share their stories and experiences as a new Rainier Scholar, I am reminded of my own. My family immigrated to the United States in November of 1995 as Vietnam War refugees. Being the youngest of 9 and the only one with an opportunity to have a K-12 school experience in America, education was the only pathway to success. But what is success without access? What is potential without a platform? I navigated through 3 different elementary schools, hoping to find a space that cultivates my academic abilities and sees past the challenges tied to my socioeconomic status and ethnic background. I hadn't found it. Then, in the winter of 2000, I received an invitation to be a part of the first cohort of Rainier Prep. I specifically remembered the phone call with a Vietnamese translator describing to my family what the program entailed. All my parents understood was that I would receive additional classes and support to get me to college. I knew very little about the journey I was about to embark on and how it would indefinitely shape the trajectory of my education and career. To my fellow alums in the room, how quickly did we exchange the bags hung over our shoulders for rolling backpacks with Sandra Cisneros' House on Mango Street, Richard Wright's Black Boy, and 3-inch binders? How loudly did we respond to Miss Smith's good morning greeting before heading upstairs at Aki Kurosi to do pre-algebra and chemistry on Saturday mornings with planners marked courage, perseverance, and integrity in our hands? How hard we worked on Wednesday evenings, attending classes after a full day of attending classes, but it was worth it because we weren't a student among 1,000 others. We were seen and heard as a scholar among 52. How brave we were to share our experiences, explore our identity, and be captains of our own fate in Invictus class. How eye-opening it was to visit Whitman College, to stay in dorms at 12 years old, participate in leadership workshops, giving us just a small glimpse into our college experience. How emotional were our conversations with our academic counselor, shout out to Jennifer, that she was my academic counselor, throughout middle and high school as we faced challenges of being underrepresented minorities, sitting in spaces where the pressure to achieve was high, the expectations low, and the pathway to success was not smoothly paved. How aspirational were our college applications to colleges our families have never even heard of or thought was possible, and the impact it would make on our future. I was part of the first cohort to experience the what and the how of Rainier Scholars, but it took some time for me to understand the why. And for the past 10 years, I realized I'm living my why. After graduating from the University of Washington in 2013, I moved to Brooklyn, New York as a Teach for America Corps member and taught students whose futures were predetermined based on their zip code and racial background. What was initially just a 2-year commitment to education led to 5 and now 10. Because in my students, I saw myself. I saw the vision Bob set when he brought Rainier Scholars to Seattle. I saw the reason why Rainier Scholars is not a 2-month or a 2-year program, but 12, because the need goes beyond the classroom. I saw the potential and power when kids are promised the education they deserve. I saw dreams unfold when we dare to raise the bar and break down the barriers. As a Rainier Scholar, I was empowered to be a leader and change maker. When my days as a leader in education get difficult, and boy, has it been difficult, I stop and think about my why. And while my why includes the 200 faces I see every morning at 7:30 arrival as a middle school principal at Uncommon Schools, it also includes the familiar faces in this room. These faces of those sitting here who believed in me, taught me, counseled me, and poured their hope into me. And now, I stand before you having come full circle and continuing the work to make an impact. So thank you. Whether this is your first luncheon or 23rd, thank you for your support. By pouring into a Rainier Scholar, you are making bold moves towards the fight against educational inequity, and you are creating many more bright futures.